Welcome to another Tao lesson. This one might not sound like much at first, but don't be fooled by the simplicity. Chapter 70 of the Tao Te Ching. My sayings are very easy to recognize and very easy to apply, but no one in the world can recognize them and no one can apply them. Sayings have a source, events have a leader. It is only through ignorance that I am not known. Those who know me are rare, those who emulate me are noble. This is why sages dress plainly and conceal what is precious. Chapter 70 of the Tao Te Ching offers a paradox that echoes through the ages. Laozi says, "My words are very easy to understand, very easy to put into practice, yet the world can neither understand nor practice them." Pause with that. How can something be easy, yet few can do it, simple, yet almost universally misunderstood? This is the paradox of real wisdom. In a world where noise, opinions, and posturing dominate, truth often hides in plain sight. The Tao does not try to convince you. It doesn't demand obedience or praise. It simply is, and because of this stillness, because of this subtlety, most people miss it completely. But those who find it change everything from the inside out. So today, let's talk about what it means to walk the invisible path, why real transformation happens off stage, away from applause, and how to live a life of calm power, quiet integrity, and unshakable presence. Let's begin with a short story. Years ago, there was a violinist who stepped onto the subway platform in Washington, D.C. He wore jeans and a baseball cap. Nothing about his appearance screamed virtuoso, but that man was Joshua Bell, one of the world's greatest classical musicians, and the violin he held was worth $3.5 million. That morning, he played some of the most technically demanding and emotionally rich pieces ever written. Almost no one stopped to listen. They walked past, distracted, hurried, unaware of the greatness in their midst. Just days before, Bell had played to a sold-out crowd at a concert hall with tickets costing hundreds of dollars each. Same music, same hands, same soul pouring into the strings, different context, different perception. Why do I share this? Because the Tao teaches that true value doesn't need to prove itself. Real greatness doesn't scream. In fact, Laozi says, "Those who know me are few. Those who follow my way are rare. The wise dress plainly and conceal what is precious." This is the essence of the invisible path. The world today rewards spectacle. Followers, likes, performances, platforms, but wisdom, it whispers. And that's why most people miss it. We live in a time where shouting is mistaken for leadership, where complexity is confused with intelligence, where hustle is glorified and stillness is overlooked. But the Tao does not care about perception. It flows beneath the surface. It works through simplicity, humility, and unseen alignment. So how do we apply this to our lives? The answer lies in your relationship to practice. Are you trying to be seen, or are you seeking to become real? Are you building something outwardly impressive, or something inwardly unshakable? The difference is everything. Now let's bring this down to earth. Think of someone you admire deeply, not for their fame, but for their presence, their clarity, their depth. Chances are, they're not the loudest person in the room. But when they speak, people listen. When they move, things shift. Why? Because they've done the work no one sees, the invisible repetitions, the quiet self-inquiry, the daily practices of aligning body, breath, and mind. This is the yielding warrior way. It's not about showing off your power, it's about owning your power, not through force, but through congruence. Laozi says that his teachings are easy to recognize and easy to apply. And that's true. If you read the Tao with your heart open, you'll feel its truth instantly. But to live it, that takes a different kind of strength, because it asks you to stop performing, to simplify, to yield, to become deeply honest with yourself. And in doing so, you become rare. not because you seek to be rare, but because so few are willing to walk this path. So, how do we begin walking this invisible path today? Here's a powerful action step. Over the next 7 days, choose one principle from the Tao, something you understand intellectually but haven't yet fully embodied. Maybe it's non-striving, maybe it's simplicity, maybe it's yielding. Whatever you choose, commit to living it each day, quietly, privately. No social media announcements and no asking for praise, and just real application. And each evening, journal what you noticed. Where did you slip? Where did you hold? What shifted inside? This is how wisdom becomes integrated, not through more information, but through consistent, invisible practice. One final thought. The world might not recognize your growth. It might not applaud your humility. It might not see your quiet victories, but the Tao sees, your breath knows, your spirit knows. And as Laozi said, those who emulate me are noble, not famous, not flashy, noble, because their treasure is internal, and that's the treasure that never fades. If you enjoyed this message, like the channel or share the video with someone you care about. Keep walking the invisible path, one honest breath at a time. See you in the next lesson.